the thing is, once you strategize it and you understand why you're doing it, your why is gonna be what keeps you going.
Yeah.
And your why won't make you question only one person commented. Like I said, the different roles in the creator economy.
Yeah.
I think the word creator economy is so powerful.
Yeah.
And the more we think about it, because if you think of an economy, how many roles and departments are in...
So
Well, I understand. So if we're calling it a creator economy, there are so many things. Like you said, like this room, there are a team of people that put together this room.
Yeah.
There are a team of people that hand over this content to the next.
Yeah.
Joalo fela. So you can imagine if this is just this one episode.
Yeah.
We haven't went to videography as standing. We haven't went to food.
Yes.
We haven't went to automotive. I understand. So the economy is so huge. So start with your why. You know, and I think your why will help you consistently build and consistently grow, because then you're not going to keep questioning, today it was only 10 views, today it was only, you know, if your why is there and you're not doing it for money, it won't matter. Just impacting just one person, because remember, of all the videos that I watched, Sahau, maybe 2 really spoke to me, you know, or 1 really spoke to me that changed me and it made me grow, and I would have grown in a different direction. And from that video, I would have realized, oh, actually, you know what? I'm not a content creator. I'm a branding specialist. Like, that's what I do. I understand branding. Or I'm a salesperson. That's what I understand. Because you don't all have to be. I think the challenge is that content creation is such a big driver for sales and for marketing and whatever. So whenever you start a business, you always think, I must create content. Leave us alone. Take pictures of your product and post it and sell. You know, sell, but you don't. I think it's just because now we're getting stuck in that thing where it must be content. We must book studios. We must book videographers. We must. So I think the minute you understand your why, if your thing is to make people feel good, then make people feel good. Find a way to do that, one person at a time. And then you'll just, but get patient. Everything requires patience.
You know, when you talk about finding your why, there's also the other side of that, right? Is that people have a strong heart for a specific message. Or to make people laugh. And that's all they do.
That's all they do.
And then they grow to 1 million views. But no money has come in. What are the steps to now actually start monetizing those numbers? Because you get people that start with the intention to make money, and they will do the right things and the brands will start coming. But people who have more numbers, I get into several conversations with some of the creators, and I ask them, like, how much money are you making? Maybe they have double. I mean, currently I'm sitting on like 80,000 TikTok followers, and they'll have double. They'll say, I make this much. I'm like, shucks, I make double that.
Just, slightly more than that.
You know, and then you realize that, okay, maybe what is the... So my question to you is, how do we start monetizing the numbers? We've got the numbers now. We've built the numbers, because I think also building the numbers can also be like, it can be a sprint. It's like what you say, people just keep coming and coming and coming. It's like, what is... I mean, I'm currently watching... not watching, I came across... Oh, it's very important I say that.
Jeez.
I came across... there's a guy on TikTok who's doing revenge diaries.
He's gone. And he's been doing that, by the way.
Oh, really?
Been doing that.
I came across it the other day, and then last night I was like, what? Because I hear people saying, you know, when people create content about the other person's content, like I keep thinking of revenge. I was like, what is this? So I went on to see, oh my God. I was like, he also got on 1 million. And in my mind, I'm like, how do we monetize?
How do we monetize that?
How? Because these are numbers, and these are numbers that are plugged in. So maybe for somebody like that, or for anybody who's got 100,000, 50,000 of people that are engaging completely. You know, like when I say, for instance, I'll talk for myself. When I say I've got 80,000 followers, I know that I'm averaging over 10K views on and there's proper engagement in their conversation. If somebody's going through that, how do they monetize that to start bringing the money in, to not only just bring the money in, but to then sustain this thing that is happening? Because clearly there's a need for
it. There's a need. You know, it becomes tricky, especially with TikTok. Because it moves so quickly, and it hasn't reached the proper monetization status that it needs to in South Africa for the level of amount or of content that's being created.
Yeah.
I think it becomes tricky because brands are so specific. There's a certain thing that they need. If you don't drink water in your videos, I can't just.
It's hard
because then people are gonna be like, and then matey, you know. But if you're able to find a way, and I know this, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, honestly, from strategy, because then because he already knows. We know the tools that he uses when he's making these videos.
I love them so much. I saw them last night. I thought,
we know the tools that he uses. We know, we know what kind of conversations are in there. There's so many opportunities for the brands of the products that he uses. There's opportunities for, brands that deal with mental health, for example,
to plug
or
themselves there.
Brands that just deal with, because he's speaking to students. If it's students that are talking in there, there can be something. There's merit in there.
That's true.
He's a well-groomed guy.
Yeah.
There's brands that can, you know what I mean?
Yeah, very well spoken as well.
Very, very well. And intelligent. Hello.
Amazing storyteller.
Hello.
I thought.
And do you know what he does for a living?
It's a doctor.
He's a doctor. So when you see the content, you're just thinking, so how much opportunity is in there? How many brands can he approach and talk about, whether it's men's health or female health, whatever? He has the tools, he has the knowledge. But if you don't have the background before of why I want to do this, if you want to do it for vibes, vibes. But if you have a plan, then you need to start packaging your content. That's why we spoke about the different types of content that there are. So Sharp, that's his bag. That's what he does. But there's a way. Especially now with the traction that it has, there's a way in which he can package this, because there's some elements in there. Sharp, it's fun and it's interesting to learn, and we all have a revenge story here and there. But in there, you just try to you can't help but think of like, wow, I remember that I was pretty broken that day. If it wasn't for XYZ, or if it wasn't for, so and so buying me a certain beverage, and taking me to a certain spa or whatever it is, I wouldn't have, and then you can kind of package it, because then he needs to find a way to package it in which brands can see themselves fitting in. I find that creators sometimes create like a lot of content and a lot of traction, but when I show a brand your profile, the brand will ask me, okay, but how do we fit into there? So to just randomly have a bottle there, it's not worth it for us, because what guarantee do we have? Unless he tells you, if he shows up tomorrow and he says, Banyana Bak, we are drinking this water today. Fail. For this whole week, we are drinking this water. That water's going to go. Do you know what I mean? Because we've seen, you remember when, why did I forget her name? When she did with the lotion for the stretch marks.
Yes.
That was not a paid video. She just mentioned it. She just said, this is what they were sold out. They were sold out. And so if brands don't plug into that, or if you don't be smart enough to be like, hello, from my video, I heard that you were sold out in 2 stores in 1 hour or whatever it is. So you need to find a way to package that. This is where it comes in with equipping yourself with all the different tools and the different members of a team.
Yeah. And if you're not, then get in touch with a strategic person or somebody who understands
to help you
brand,
support that.
So you can start. I really, really like that, because, and I think I remember Grace once filmed like a video showcasing how she plugs different brands into what she does to be able to kind of build that relatability, because I think it's in any business, right? Your customer must see how they can use what you're selling
for sure in
their lives. And if I don't see it, if yes, it's a skin serum, but nini, when,
Kanchan,
good morning, or
and then what did it do?
But if you do a video showing me how you use it in the morning, or how you use it in the evening, or how you use it under your makeup, then I'm like, oh, I can relate with that, and this is what I do. Then I can plug myself in, which I think is very, very important. You said something that I also want to jump into, which is, for instance, the creator we're talking about, how he should be approaching brands, right? And this is a conversation I've heard quite a lot. Is like, should we be approaching brands or should we not?
Should we wait?
And also, when we do, what does that look like, and how do we actually start?
So it becomes quite tricky. A lot of brands, especially the big brands that people really want to go for, would already have agencies in place.
Yes.
So a big challenge that some of the content creators are facing is the gatekeeping, because I have my friends, you have my friends. You know, when the brand calls you, you're like, sure, this is the way to chummy. See on, come this side. So it's becoming very, very difficult. So the long and short of it is really put yourself in touch with the right people, whether it's the right agencies. You have to do your homework enough to know brand X is working with agency Y, because then you approach agency Y to be like, hey, ke batla go sebeletsa XYZ. I saw you guys, you know, and that's just a quick way to kind of get to that. Because if you're gonna send an email to the manager of microphones worldwide, he's not going to get that email. It's going to end up in spam.
Or to their Instagram
to their DMs. You know how many DMs that they have in there. You understand? So I think it's about just understanding those kind of processes and just understanding. So when you research the brand and you start to understand, you know, find the agencies, find what brands they're working for, you know, and just kind of put your feelers out there and just understand the industry.